everyone. This is Vishal from Equity Guru, and welcome to Chart Attack. Today, we're going to do something a bit different. A few weeks ago, I think about 2 weeks ago, I wrote a piece, about a global tour of all these markets around the world, not just the US, but we looked at European markets, we looked at Asian markets. We were looking at these weekly charts because, as you guys can see, the S&P 500 has confirmed a head and shoulder close here so far, but I had eyes on China. We were looking at the Shanghai Composite Index because this market on the weekly chart really hasn't been, well, it didn't do much in 2021. It ranged basically between 3,400 here and 3,700 for all of 2021. So you can see here, December 2020 is actually when we bounced from here. So for all of 2021, we just ranged. And then finally, last week, as the S&P 500 closed below its weekly support, so did the China Composite or the Shanghai Composite Index here. We have technically a breakdown, and as you can see, this is the current week's candle, and I'm recording this on a Tuesday, so it's March 15th. So this weekly candle still has 3 days left to go, and you can see it's been coming down really, really hard. And essentially, China is seeing relentless selling, not seen basically since 2008. And look at this, on the MSCI China Index, we are now at the cheapest valuation versus its global peers. So what the heck is going on there? What the heck is going on in China? There's basically 4 different ways to look at it, right? Either there is, or this is the market selling off because, as you guys can see, China is actually shutting down or locking down cities again and preventing travel within some cities. Shenzhen is the big one, and obviously that's where Foxconn's semiconductor, where they make Apple phones, that's where that's located. Huawei's headquarters there, and so is Tencent's HQ. So there's already a lot of news about, supply chain issues once again from this, shutdown or lockdown in China. Some people are claiming this sell-off could be because of, China's close ties with Russia, meaning that perhaps there's going to be more sanctions, imposed on China. And then there's another theory where people are saying, hey, let's not forget about Evergrande and all those other real estate firms. That's still technically not resolved, and maybe we're going to see some sort of financial event happen in China. And then there's, a few other people claiming that maybe there's going to be something, bigger geopolitical in terms of China, Taiwan. But, I'm leaning maybe towards the first 3 there rather than that one. So yeah, China is selling off like crazy, but it's not just China, it's also Hong Kong. So this is the Hang Seng Index, and you can see this is the daily chart. We've just been down for almost 3 straight weeks here, hitting a major support level. And this is, maybe more to do with the COVID play, but there could be, again, we don't know, but if there is a real estate issue behind the scenes, this could be another reason why the markets are selling off. But Hong Kong, is now seeing the world's highest COVID death rate right now, and no lockdowns or restrictions just yet because apparently they're having some issues to implement that, or they might have some issues to implement that. I'm not really sure how, the Hong Kong politics there works out, but perhaps we're going to have to see some sort of lockdown in Hong Kong in the near future there. So it looks like, COVID is hitting Hong Kong and parts of China here once again. Chinese markets are selling off really, really heavily. And, when you see headlines like this, basically seeing drops not seen since 2008, I think it's something to keep in mind. And, what we can do is we can watch some of these commodities, right? Because a lot of people look at, obviously oil as that big sort of play with China, and obviously oil is dropping here as well. But there's certainly other factors that we can, basically price in here. And then also copper, because copper is known as Dr. Copper, and generally, when China's expanding or recovering or booming, copper prices tend to go up higher, and copper actually did give back that breakout. So we had a false breakout there, but we are hugging my trend line here. So let's keep an eye out on China. I think this is some pretty important technical technical levels to watch here on that weekly chart of China, because as I said, been ranging for all of 2021, really done nothing until we finally got that breakdown and massive sell right after. And perhaps we are approaching a support. Maybe it's actually a bit lower at 2,800 here. And you can see here, my green line here is my 200-day moving average. So weekly close below that by the end of Friday might be even more bearish in a lot of the, algos, I guess, and media writers, right? Because they always use that 200-day moving average. They might take a look at that and say, uh-oh, we've crossed below the 200-day moving average, which we haven't seen since 2020 on the Shanghai Composite Index. So what the heck is going on in China? I think we should definitely be paying attention, because they are that large growing economy, right? As people say. And check out my oil video, because I talked about China and Saudi Arabia. So that's also leading more speculation on the whole idea of maybe there's going to be some more sanctions here, or some sort of trade war, I guess, because technically the trade war is not even over against China. So maybe we're going to see those type of headlines pop up. But that's it for me, folks. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to follow Equity Guru at all our social media links provided in the description box below. And I will catch you guys all in the next chart attack video.